Alright guys, so we've got a fully packed video here tonight. I haven't done one in a while. Been posting everything on the blog, so if everyone's up to date on the blog, that's good. I'll just bring that up here. Now what we're going to go through tonight is we'll just go over quickly what we've been doing on the blog here. We're then going to do a little bit of gematria on the video that's just been released, 10 hours ago, by Richard Snow, and he will be discussing the pound dollar, and we actually can hear him this time. So
drivers for dollar.
Right, so that's working. So we're gonna do a fun video from the beginning, and a little gematria, and then a little on the upcoming fake nuclear psyop that's going to be happening in 2024. So we'll come to that after. Let's go right into the blog quickly. Everyone, I think, is up to speed with that. If not, then go ahead and start following that. It's quite clean now, so it's telling you whatever. So that's good. So what we're looking at is, for those of you that have not been following along, we're expecting Aussie strength and dollar continued strength. The reason we're expecting dollar continued strength is it has not followed through yet in the euro. So we'll come back here. Where's the original? Oh no. Click June, see if that works. This was a nice one. Okay, so we posted this. So we're coming into the Cancer time now, so I'm going to try to be like a mother and babysit you guys through these trades. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing for this month. And then smile for discount. Okay, and then boom. So the target was met, and obviously the CAD Swiss did what they were supposed to do, because if we go back here, what was happening is the fair value, fair traded price from here to here was the bulk of the trading was here. But then these guys are out of whack now. So we would expect that to have to play out in price, and that's what happened. The balance is just in the middle of this. It's just a reflection of what we see here. So right in the middle, I guess our targets of the retail thinks that this is the low. You know, they're just taking out stops or whatever, but it's not what's happening, guys. You know, it stops right there. And then this is just something else that we missed. It's just something, another cycle that we weren't there for. So in theory, we can get all of them if we're focused. And there is the profits for those. So I'd like to do some more 1 minute scalp trades if we can find them. But they're not always there. And that's that Euro, New Zealand, Euro Aussie that we've been working on for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now. And well, it all worked out. So now we're expecting a pullback Let's go back to the very beginning of this dollar move. It's here. I thought we posted it here somewhere, didn't we? Maybe it was just in the room. I'm not sure. Where did that go? Oh, well, I don't know. Anyway, that's it, guys. You know what's going on. Keep up to date, and that's it. Next. So yeah, smile for discount. The dollar has done its move. Euro's still high, but euro dollar has not displayed this yet. So we're already in well ahead of all of this. So that's good. Now let's confirm that we are correct with this now. I'll close that. So basically the census here is continued dollar strength, right? Or, yeah, anyway, let's go. Let's move on.
Had the Bank of England rate decision where we saw a surprise 50 basis point hike filtering through to the markets. Consensus was 25 basis points, but overnight we had seen an increased probability that we would end up with an eventual 50 basis point hike being considered as the Monetary Policy Committee discussed the options yesterday and today. Obviously, a lot of that was spurred on by a hotter inflation print.
All this is, everything he's talking is Virgo garbage. He doesn't know he's being used here, but he's simply reciting the stuff that he's learnt. The Virgo, the academic side of things. That's all he's talking about. Let's keep going. Like where is the trade going to go? Tell us where it's going to go. How do we make money? That's all we're interested in. We don't care about any of this inflation stuff. We're not interested. We just want to know if this is going to go up, down, left, or right. Let's keep going. And since he's a professional, he should be able to tell us exactly what's going to happen. He's supposed to be helping us, right?
Obviously, something that your central banks are extremely concerned about when you talk about widespread price pressures in the economy. Headline movements typically move a lot quicker to the downside. That typically is the case, not necessarily the case in the UK, however, where headline inflation actually...
It's literally talking nothing, nonsense. You could have cut everything out, he said, and our lives would have not changed.
Remained steady at 8.7% year on year, and that is in line with the prior print of 8.7%. So we really
okay, enough. Keep going, please.
With where they stand on inflation, but that's not the case in the UK.
Right, so now what we're doing here, guys, he's going to try to sell us on an idea of whether the pound is bullish or the dollar is bullish or the dollar is bearish or the dollar is bullish or the pound is bearish, etc. So let's try to see what he's trying to do. He's already drawn this thing here, whatever that is, some type of bullish pattern breakout, bear flag, or bull flag, whatever, but that might not work out. So that, yeah, it's all illusional nonsense, but let's keep going.
Inflation moving higher, as we saw in the May print, and that's certainly one of the main factors behind the monetary policy vote.
Oh my God, monetary policy. The moment they start to, I'm going to throw the computer out the window.
Of that last 50 basis point hike. So looking at cable, we saw quite a volatile move to the upside and a move back lower.
Okay, great. We saw a move up and a move down. Okay, great. So where is it going to go, Mr. Snow?
It was quite tricky to anticipate price action in the aftermath of the
All hindsight is, maybe.
decision, given the fact that even if we do see that 50 basis point
If
hike,
we do see...
yes, that supports sterling valuations, but at the same time it brings more concern about the general state of the economy, and the UK economy is certainly not
So he's giving a bearish census on the pound. Okay.
performing all that well despite upward revisions to GDP the last time the central bank met in May. So what we're seeing is a massive move to the upside. We then come down and currently trading slightly lower on the day, but I think.
Okay, so slightly lower on the day. So no, he's moving into a bullish theme here. Listen to him.
Looking at today's close will give some sort of indication as to further direction. Bullish close, and even close above this bullish flag pattern, and it's likely to reveal that bullish continuation is still.
Which never works anyway. So if you have a close above there, it doesn't mean buy it, because that often just ends up free falling down. So that's all nonsense.
In play as we speak. UK yields also moving higher on the short end of the curve. That also stands to support the sterling valuations going forward. And in the US, where we're seeing a real lack of bullish drivers.
Okay, so he's bearish on the dollar, right?
Dollar, that could mean that even if sterling shows a lack of upside potential, a weakening of the US dollar could.
I see. So where he's going with this is he's saying the weakening of the dollar will go into the pound. So the pound may not necessarily be strong, but because the dollar is weak, the pound dollar will go up. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense, but that's not going to happen. Keep going. In this case, right now, it's not going to happen right now. Maybe later the pound dollar may go up. We'll have to talk about that on another day. But we want to know what happens today, tomorrow, next week. And in the next few days, we want to be paid. We don't want to be on the wrong side waiting for this thing to go miles up, but it to stop us out down here 3 times 3, and then it'll pull back all the way to here, then finally go up. No, I want to know where it's going next, then we can get bullish again. That's what I want to know.
Moves in the upward direction for sterling still to come.
So he's bullish on pound dollar. Well, I'm sorry guys, but that is not the next move.
Taking a look at the RSI in this market.
Here we go. So we'll add on the illusion here to justify his nonsense.
It's not surprising to see that we had been in overbought territory, now moving a little bit lower into the normal trading sort of range as we've seen that pullback.
Obviously, we know that none of this is real, so I'm not going to talk about that.
More of a pullback could be symbolic of recession fears creeping back into the economy. And obviously, when you ramp up your interest rate hikes, that increases the financial tightening that is underway in the market. And we've already undergone quite a bit of financial tightening up to this point. So,
Oh my God. Shoot, tightening. Like, what are you talking about? Where is this going next?
markets could be expression more pessimistic.
I'm done. I can't listen to this anymore.
Yields during the coming trading sessions, but for now we're still looking at that scenario potential pullback to more desirable levels, or looking at a bullish continuation.
Or, okay, so down slightly, then up, or this, and this. He's not telling you.
There, I mentioned yields, looking at.
But his overall census is pound dollar up long term.
Those recently moved above 5%, so we're higher and lower after the decision.
Right, so let's look for ourselves. Is pound dollar up long term? All right. Well, everything's trading in fair value on the daily, so there's nothing to discuss there. If anything, dollar's got more room up. while pound has got more room down. Weekly, I mean, this is just no trade. There's nothing to speculate on there. I mean, there is no higher time frame trade here. Maybe the yen is coming up, but that's about it. But you don't want to be doing that yet. We have to wait. On a 30-minute, we got not really a lot happening there. All right. So it's the trade is dollar. Dollar's coming back up into fair value. That's the trade for the next period. At that time, euro and pound are up high. They're gonna need. They will drop on that strength. We come down here. Nothing's changed here, guys. I'm just shortening the entire thing. We can go back over here and look at the dollar. The dollar yen versus the euro dollar, count the numbers, and we'll find the same thing. We're just shortcutting. Alright, so what's this guy's name here? Richard Snow. Richard Snow. 3966 165. Okay. Is that the right spelling of this? Daily FX analysis. Okay, 3966.60. Oops. Did I spell analysis incorrectly? I think I did. Or I didn't. Or am I losing my mind? Anal ist. Yeah, of course we got it spelled wrong. Anal ist. There it is. 56. There's that number 56. So he's playing the movie. Alright. He's playing the movie, folks. Daily FX. Okay, 23. Anyway, we did the breakdown on this. That guy's part of the 56 club. He's playing the movie. He's lying to you. Period. Okay. So we'll close off here a little bit, maybe. What else?
So you find that is pretty visible.
Euro pound.
So not ruling out any further downside to euro sterling. I suppose you've seen that we tested this level of resistance and have pulled back intraday thus far. But euro looking to put up a fight there against sterling. Another pair.
Interesting. Put up a fight against the sterling, so he's implying a bullish euro. Okay, that's how he's looking at that. A bullish euro. Guys, we already know overall here that the euro has more room to come down versus the pound. It's the higher one. So if the dollar does indeed go up, well, obviously pound and euro will drop. They'll put in weakness. The Aussie, already fallen the most, will have less room to go down against the dollar, and that's why we're short on euro Aussie based on that, because this Aussie is simply a 5-minute fractal that we're working on. down here. So this is fair value, and this Aussie is needs to return here because this is hung around here too long. It's happy trading there, so Aussie needs to return. So he's again putting you on the wrong side of the euro pound. He's suggesting that euro is going to go up against the pound. Yeah, I know we've had our euro pound pullback move, but that's now doing its thing. That's going to come to an end, and eventually that will turn into a stronger pound than euro, and the euro pound can come down. He's now getting us to buy it. So next,
that is quite extreme in terms of the move to the upside.
Okay, we already know about the pound yen. It's coming down later, but not quite yet.
In pound yen, prior trading sessions, we've seen even steeper ascent in price action, which has sort of entered into this multi-day period of consolidation. Again, we saw that spike higher in price action earlier today, but given that we are currently in overbought territory, this is definitely certainly run quite hot to the upside. So once again, from a trading perspective, you don't typically want to be chasing markets at these levels, and you would certainly prefer there to be some sort of pullback.
Good advice, but no. Based on him saying that, that's suggesting to me that pound yen's going to continue up. Now we know that if the dollar's got more room up, that's then going to help that LFX index, which will then, even though if we have a weak euro, it won't be weak enough to go down against the yen. So it will be continued bullishness on pound yen.
Or easing off in order to then re-engage in further bullish continuation. So
no, okay. So he's thinking down, then up. So he's speculating on a pullback here. That's not going to happen. It will go up further, and then eventually, longer term, it will come down. But not crash. We're just talking about this here. Where is it here? Yeah, it's just beginning now. It's out of whack while everything else is trading down here, but everything else is not happily trading down there. There's not a real value set. This can trade here. It can keep meandering along over there for a period of time. So that's why I'm saying that's not ready yet. So he's trying to get us to speculate on selling the pullback. So let's not do that, guys. Because if we do that, right, we're going to get screwed. And I'll tell you why. Aussie, given the fact that we know that Aussie needs to return up, well, that's going to mean the Aussie yen will go up. Well, if the Aussie yen goes up, then that means that will be naturally more LFX strength. So we don't want to be touching a short on pound yen. No, thank you, guys.
during the 180 spot 7, and given how far we've risen in this pair, we actually have to go back to 2014 to see relevant levels here. So that pretty much the most relevant line of support, and one spot, well, 188.80 effectively the upside.
Okay, great. So if the upside is 188.80, how do we get into this, Mr. Snow? How do we buy it here and go up? Do we sell it, wait for it? What is the game plan? Where is this going tomorrow? How do we make money with that tomorrow or today? He's not telling you, people.
Interest there. Support apart from 180 coming in at 174.85, and once again having to go.
Okay, well that's thousands of points margin call either direction. Which one is it? Well,
to 2013 to see those levels.
All garbage.
Consumers, and of course this knows continuation of this pullback affects your books and write-ups as far as bad debts are concerned. So sentiments that
Bad debts. They don't care about bad debts. They just print more money.
Eyeing in lower updates.
Okay. Enough. The next PSYOP that we have to discuss is We all have been expecting this to hype up.
Congress had begun, and so we showed you some clips from that. Well, after the show, the questioning continued there on Capitol Hill, and it's a whole different level of...
Yeah, here we go.
All right, here it is, folks, your Daily Dispatch for Thursday, the 22nd of June.
So they pretend they're cool, these guys in an old school office with real media guys running around in the background. They present it all old school. They give you some truth, but then they hit you with this.
2023. Vladimir Putin vows to deploy the world's most powerful nuke, Satan II, to combat...
Satan 2. All symbolism, guys. We already know that nukes are fake. We already know they're scheduled to come in 2024 with the Iran saga and Turkey brokering deal between Russia and Iran. All of this is for Agenda 2030 to make the electric 4 times more powerful. They're going to be using the nuclear energy to do it, but at the same time they're going to be scaring the people again. So they want to have you scared. So this right-wing section here, they give you some truth, but they don't give you truth about this reality. They still want you walking around with a helmet on and drinking bottles of water and buying their supplements. That way you're domesticated and relying on them still. You're not free. You're scared constantly of acid rain, nuclear psyops, and all this other crap.
Duty and chilling new threat to the West.
Now listen to the way he's saying it. He's not calling it out as it being all bullshit. Don't worry about it, guys. Look at the animals. Are the squirrels upset? Are the birds upset? Are the leaves still growing? Like in Fukushima and Chernobyl, just walk around videos there. You can see the wildlife is flourishing. There's nothing wrong with the area. You can move right in. Start up one of those cars. New battery in one of the cars. It's going to run. There's new gas. Clean out the carbs in the Chernobyl ones, and then in the Fukushima they're all fuel injected. So just new battery, new gas is going to get those cars running, no problem.
Yes, he's vowed to deploy the hypersonic quote Satan II nuclear-capable missiles in a chilling new threat to the West. The Russian leader said,
threat to the West. As the West falls, they want us more scared, while the East rises.
That the new generation of the Sarmat,
or developing countries, rise.
Intercontinental ballistic missiles, thought to be the world's most powerful, would soon be deployed for combat duty. Now this is different than the tactical nukes that have just been moved to Belarus. This is
Anyway, it's all bullshit, guys. Don't fall for this either. Not even going to get into this, but in the next minute they'll give you a video like this.
Chickens anymore, just no more chickens. We're not slaughtering them, but we also just aren't raising them, or feeding them, or doing anything. Instead, we're just gonna create lab-formulated pseudo-meat patty.
Right, so they're now rebalancing the conversation with us by getting onto a level with us, discussing the fact that this lab-grown meat is absolutely satanic and ridiculous. So they're happy to do that. Why? Because the right is owned by the crown. The crown is still going to provide us with right food, and they'll provide left food. So they'll have vegan food made out of soy and homogenized whatever to create a fake burger, and then while they're filling that up with toxic chemicals, which don't even do anything, so don't worry about that anyway, because your body's always going to detoxify everything that's in this realm, because there are no deliveries from outside, remember that. So don't be worried about any of this, it's all bullshit. But you want to stay away from certain things, like coconut oil. You're not supposed to consume that like it hardens when the weather gets, when it's cooler. So that's going to harden inside your body. But they fill this vegan food with coconut oil. That's something to be concerned about. It's going to slow you down and make you lethargic. Yeah, for cooking with oil, but not for consuming, and things like that. They're gonna trick you. But the right are gonna be saying, no, we're gonna eat meat all the way. Everything's gonna be cool. But that's because the crown, they're profiting off both sides anyway. And he doesn't know this. This guy doesn't know this. He's got no idea. He's just going along with what he believes.
These and give you that instead. Progress. So again, we'll get into more of that a little bit later. Just suffice it to say, now's the time to invest in I don't know, cancer treatments, I guess.
You see. So because they own the cancer side too, he believes in that too, right? And what cancer patient do you know ever came out healed when they went to the hospital through that system? They always go back. It's sad, but they have to get out of it and understand that they can heal themselves with nature, because the squirrel's never going to know he had cancer. His body's going to detoxify all of it. But they want us in that lower energy frequency all the time. They want you, once you're 40, you get the diabetes pills. Then by the time you're 50, you got to have some other stuff to counter that. And it's like with the VA 2020 VA thing. They want you to go back and have a fourth and a fifth. So you're never escaping it. They want you in that lower energy frequency, being stuck right there, not being able to escape from it.
That really gets going. Meanwhile, harkening back to our first story in the Daily Dispatch, NATO allies back fast-track membership for Ukraine.
And we know what this is all about. It's the world's first smart city 2034 in Ukraine. That's the whole purpose of all of this. So that's that, guys. The other saga. So here we go. The retail here, they're buying the euro dollar right here while we are selling it to them. Same with the pound. We'll zoom in here. You see that? Oh. They're all long. Right here, they're loaded up. Pound's below the balance because it's been going a little longer. Anyways, the other thing is, what was the that ridiculous boat submarine, all bullshit. Okay, there is no submarine, and it's certainly not gone missing, because they're not going to make the alleged crash scene of the Titanic, which was such a dangerous place. You can't get helicopters out there, you can't get any rescue team out there, it's too far. They're not going to turn that into a museum, okay? And the three guys that went there, they're all lords and millionaires and owners of corporations and science researchers of crazy levels. These guys are all club members. They're not normal people that get to go and do any of these things. It's the same like the Antarctica. Any of these guys that go and go to Antarctica, it's all owned agents of the state, bloodline characters that they give you. So anyway, that's that. More psyops to come.